What is biting there, but not eating? Finally, something. Whoa, what is this? Taking drag here. Is that channel catfish again? Is that another channel catfish? Yeah. Talked to the guy in the boat over there. He caught 2 of these things already. And this is my second one today also. They must have just stocked them. You know, you talk about natural reproduction, but I know exactly when they stock them, folks. Because you catch, yeah, I know, I catch them, but like 3-4 sessions, you catch 1. But when they stock them, you can catch 5 of these things per day, just fishing for crappie and bluegill. They're extremely easy. They're just not careful. They go eat anything they find. Now this one is a channel catfish, but I'm not sure about the first one I caught. It's funny. This one is not on a BG1. This one is on a. That's too small to eat, man. I know people keep these things to eat them, but that's too small. Now I have to retie. See, it has eyes. That's the original Daiwa Gikabijan jig head that inspired me to create the BG1, but with some slight changes in geometry. Didn't like the shape of the hook. I like the sharpness, but not the shape. I also didn't like, I prefer flat head on the back for super glue. If you're wondering why am I fishing with this jig head in this baby small lake here with baby fish, I had this jig head tied when I fished for the big bluegill in the spring in one of these huge reservoirs that they have here in Tennessee. And I got broken back to back fishing one of the coves looking for beds. I didn't find beds, but pitching by the trees, I keep catching bass or channel catfish, and they kind of got me into the trees. The other one broke me off. So I thought, let me put a bigger jig head, and this one is tied directly to the main line. 4-pound main line, no leader. You need leader, but because I had broken twice in a row. And look at, even this hook is not black. I call them black, but it's not really black. It's like stainless steel. Anyway, yeah, I fished it in one of these huge reservoirs. And I never touched the rod since then. And it's still with the same jig head. But now it's so beat up that I don't want to put it back in the box. I want to use the trout magnet, and when the trout magnet is dead, then I might refurbish the jig head, put a fresh trout magnet, and then I'm going to put it back in the box. There's one more. Man, it felt like another channel catfish. These head shakes, identical head shakes. And I have good size hook. How did I miss it? This is not the size 12 BG1. Yeah, it was. Look, brand new line I put. You see the slime? That's the perfect hook for that. One more. The same thing. I'm telling you, they just stuck them. And I missed it again. This is not the big one, I'll show you before you blame me. This is the jig head that is considered by many the best jig head in the world. Look, the eyes. This is the black Taiwagika pigeon, size 10 hook at that. It's not size 12. And I lost 2 catfish back to back. I don't know how many catfish are on this brush over there. That's another catfish. I don't know if I should tighten the drag. That's another catfish. I don't know how many catfish is there. But that's the Taiwagika pigeon. This one doesn't have head shakes. Could it be something else? This one, no head shakes. Maybe blue catfish. I think the very first one in the morning I caught was blue. But I'm sure glad I have good hook and good line. Actually, I don't know if the Twitch Master is a good main line, a good leader line. It is freaking mono, so it should be. Let me open the drag a little bit. I don't want it to make a right by the boat here and lose it. I'm about done for the day anyway. See the float? I still cannot see the fish. I don't know if I should lift my talon. The only thing that can save him, he cannot wrap around the engine, but he can wrap around the talon. By the way, I'm ready to let go with my finger. My drag is very loose right now. I'm holding with my finger, but if he pulls suddenly, I will let go. So he can take a lot of line at once. Is it a catfish? Or a good sized bass? No way bass, right? Would have jumped by now. Also it's digging down. Digging down like a catfish. It is a catfish, it's not even big. Let's tighten all of our business here. It's not even big. Why is it fighting so strong? It's fighting good, folks. I don't want to lose this fish. Look at the rod. How much pressure do you want me to put? I don't horse fish like this. But the rod is bent on more than 90 degrees. That's enough. I'm just gonna wait him out. These hooks are very old. These hooks are almost 10 years old, and some of them have been fished before and re-glued. And that's like a 2-pound channel catfish. And I gave him so much air time. That's funny though. I caught 2 channel catfish and I missed 2, and that was on 4 or 5 casts. No crappie, no bluegill. That looks like a blue catfish. I don't know. No, now it's rolling like a channel. He swam right in the net in the end though. Wow, look at this. The perfect stand. I gotta make a landing station for ultralight anglers. When you pull the fish out of the rod, put it on a landing station, just like for carp. Everything is twisted badly. It's a decent channel. I could give it to these guys over there. That's what they're fishing for. I gotta tell you, I'm kind of rooting to catch one more catfish now. Not that I'm gonna eat it or anything, but as a YouTuber, I know it's more interesting video if you catch a bunch of channel catfish from one spot, not a bunch of crappie. There's another little channel, very tiny thing, but I can feel the head shakes. Tiny thing, not like the second one was a little nicer. This one is tiny. That is funny. Come on, tell me that's not funny. When did you set up and catch a bunch of channel catfish in a row with the float or on the ultralight, whatever? Actually, this is not gonna be my first video where I catch a bunch of channel catfish back to back on the float. Not my first video. I had one video on Nickajack Dam in November. Couldn't find any fish. I saw a hump, like it was in the marina. It was like 20 feet deep, but there was a hump where from 20 feet it was going to 13 feet, and that hump had a bunch of fish, small fish, a little bit bigger fish. So I set up shop to fish the hump with a float, with a sliding float, because I dropped anchor and I could suspend the float right there, and I did. Well, look at this landing station here, and I caught 6, 7, 8. Go watch that video. Channel catfish after channel catfish. They were all working in the area to feed from the little bluegill that were collecting on that hump there. Man, this hook this time went, I don't know if I'm gonna even salvage this. No, this hook it went in the freaking bone. Okay, it came out. Tiny little thing, but good fight on the ultralight. And we have to retire again. And this trout magnet has definitely seen better days. But let's retire. Let's see, maybe we catch one more. 3 so far. There's one more. Another channel. And this is another channel. Yes, it is. That's funny. That's funny. So many channels on the same spot. It goes to show you how important, well, live scope, but even if you take live scope, how the fish concentrate on just one spot, folks. I can catch crappie and bluegill left and right, as we did, but there's something on that rock there. These channel catfish like to hang there, unless they're spawning. Unless they're spawning, folks. Unless I hit a couple of spawning. Now these were, some of them were too small to spawn, but one of them was big enough to spawn, and this one is big enough to spawn also. unless we hit some spawning catfish there. But that's true in general, regardless of what we found here. You can scan 3 miles of bank and find nothing, folks. And you're about to go home and you find one hump and it's just loaded. As a matter of fact, if you scan 3 miles and you find nothing, it's very likely that the fish are overloaded somewhere. If you see them kind of single fish scattered everywhere, then it's not worth it looking for the best spot. Because when it's cloudy, the water visibility is good, but it's cloudy, they seem to scatter and hunt. It's not about spot. You can go on a flat, shallow flat and just fang cast on a shallow flat and catch them. But on these sunny days like today, they are all stacked somewhere and you can keep scanning and scanning with no success. Let me hold the spool again, ready to let it go. I don't recommend you hold the spool, by the way, if you have a nice reel. I'm just fishing right next to the talon. You see the talon? And I have a trolling motor. It's a little bit tricky. Otherwise, if I'm in open water, I don't hold the spool. Head shake, head shake, head shake, head shake, head shake. Now the line will be cinched on the very next cast. Okay, this is, if we count only the channels catfish we landed, this is number 4, but I did lose 2. There's no way to prove it, but I did lose 2 on the second and the third cast. I lost 2 channel catfish for sure, because I stuck them, they gave me a few head shakes, and then I lost them. Come here to my beautiful landing station. The reason I can't build a nice landing station is my company doesn't do that. If I tell them to build a landing station, they're gonna build something stupid and ugly like somebody did it in the garage. And I'm very proud of my jig heads and my floats and my gloves. Everything looks very elegant. I don't want to release a product, maybe facetious, but superfluous, not facetious. I don't want to release a product that is cheap and works. You'd think that's enough, it's cheap and it works, but it's ugly. If it doesn't look nice, if it's not elegant, I don't like it. I have to retie once again. It's just terrible here. Beautiful. There's one more. It's another channel catfish, if you can believe that. It's another freaking channel catfish. How is that possible, even if they stuck it? Even if they stuck it. How is that possible? To catch so many in a row on an ultralight. Not in a row, but I caught whatever, 3 or 4 crappie. Not one bluegill though. There we go with the spool again. Hold the spool. Let's go over there. Man, this line is so soft. This Twitchmaster Varillus Mono. So soft. Absorbs everything so good. This is a little dillo. So I'm gonna land him pretty fast. This is channel catfish number 5 in the boat, folks. That's in the boat, not counting the 2 I missed. Come here, buddy. This one is more olive. Some of the other ones were kind of bluish. And this one, I know, kind of small, but no, he's not the smallest. This one might be, I don't know. He might be original, organic, local production. The battery died, but I wasn't gonna let him go without showing him to you guys. This one is almost edible. Still kind of too small. Oh, this one is edible. However, folks, we have to retire one last time, this time for a different, very sad reason. Do you know this? Americans have an expression, and I say these things because exactly 50% of my viewers are outside of United States. And then even the viewers in United States, probably 30% of the viewers from United States are not American. So Americans are kind of overall like 30% of my viewers. But the Americans have an expression all bent out of shape. This jig head, the catfish mangled it so bad that it literally is all bent out of shape. The trout magnet is gone. So it's not worth fixing the jig head. I don't know if I'll throw it though. I'll get home, maybe I'll bend it a little bit. I'll put new trout magnet, and I will put it in my box for fishing snaggy waters. I talked about that box in a different video. Instead of do I have anything else I can use here? I just noticed something. There it goes. Fish. My gosh, it's another freaking channel catfish. My gosh, it's another channel catfish. Let's hope we land this one, because the last one was at least 30 minutes ago, folks. Maybe 40 minutes ago. I kind of abandoned the spot and I started moving. I don't know if you can tell, but I started moving around. This is not the spot where we caught the other catfish, but I kind of gave up and wanted to just catch one more fish to end the video. I didn't want to catch too many other fish because I didn't want to dilute my video with other fish. Not this one. We can catch panfish any other time. But I wanted to keep this video just funny like this with channel catfish, because the next time we fish here, they're not going to be here, folks. Somebody will have caught them, or I don't know. They're not going to be here. But this will be kind of a video to remember. Channel catfish after channel catfish. If we land this one, this will be number 6 in the boat. But at least 5 I had on the line and I missed. I don't really know why I missed them. Yeah, the hooks are small, but I have beautiful long rod that absorbs everything. I have monofilament line that is elastic. I shouldn't have lost 5 channel catfish, even with small hooks. But it is what it is. Let's see what this one is. Now they do tell me that they every year they release a few blue catfish also here. I've never caught a blue catfish. I caught a few kind of juveniles that are maybe on the edge. When they're so small they're hard to tell. Surprisingly, I cannot tell them apart when they're really small. I cannot tell them apart. They kind of don't have the traits anymore. This one is a channel catfish for sure. 6 channel catfish in the boat, folks, on a trout magnet. 3 on a Bijuan and 3 on the Daiwa Gikabijin. Look at this. 1 gram number 12. Black and purple, or who knows what the original color was. It's faded so much that cannot tell original color anymore. But this is number 6. None of them were much bigger than this. There was one a little bit bigger than this, but the rest were pretty much this kind of size. But super fun video, folks. This is the second video I go and I catch a whole bunch of channel catfish in the same trip, just in a few hours, on ultralight, on float. That's incredible. Which way do you go now to fix the float? Let me show you the rig. Before I let you go, people ask these questions. I usually put it somewhere in the signature, but even that takes some time. Is this the 7-foot presso or 7'6"? This is the 7'6" cheap Daiwa presso. Okay. This is the 1.0 gram F100 mint color float. And you can see, folks, it doesn't get simpler than this. I know that's a cliche, but look at this rig I used today. There is no leader. There is no split shot. There is no nothing, folks. The F100 and a 1.0 gram jig. Tied on directly to the main line. Just slide on the float and tie the correct jig. And that's it. And it worked pretty good for catfish. We did catch a few crappie there. I don't know why all day the bluegill that I saw didn't want to bite. They were there, but they didn't want to bite. Oh yeah, and this is the new Legalis, 2023 Legalis. When you see the gold handle, that's the 2023 Legalis. This is 4-pound Varivas Twitchmaster monofilament. And I think this is pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.